What's up, everybody? Welcome to the High Performance Trader live Discord recap, right? So today we're going to be breaking down trades we took in week ending in 1/5/2024. So this is the first week of 2024, right? And I got Darren Bowman on the line, right? What up, Debo?
Morning, Josh. Ready to break down these trades. First week of 2024.
Bro, you know what's crazy is exactly 1 week ago, we were breaking down the behaviors that we wanted to implement going into this year, right? So, like, going into the year with the correct mindset, the correct behaviors is so key, critical, crucial in becoming the person you're actually trying to become, right? So we talk about it all the time. You must have a clear objective of who you're trying to become. What sort of trader? What sort of characteristic traits? Is he calm? Is he equanimous? Is he serene? Is he poised? Is he on point? Does he understand what works? Does he care about the outcome? Absolutely not. All what he cares about is process, right? So I was actually just on one-on-one with one of my clients, and it was crazy because what we were talking about was how relevant the strategy actually can be. And it's really in the grand scheme of things, your strategy, say you're a trader out there, you're not familiar with our strategy, it really doesn't matter. What matters is your ability to consistently approach the market in a regulatory fashion every single day, very systematic, having a process. I don't even care what your process is, just make sure you can repeat it, right? And we over here at HPT we've literally modified a strategy that just works phenomenal, but most importantly, it's repeatable, right? Like, we really dive deep into the philosophy of trading, right? Which is identifying and adapting to market conditions. And today we're going to be breaking down some trades we took and how they aligned with our process, right? And it's like, it's crazy, Darren. How many times in trading in the zone or disciplined trader does Mark Douglas talk about strategy?
Not often.
Not once. Not once. He never, very rare have I even heard him describe a way to get in and out of the market, right? And it's because he knows it's irrelevant. It's not the strategy, it's your approach, it's your mentality, it's your ability to go, I don't care what's going to happen. I'm emotionally detached from the outcome. I lean on my process every day, every trade, every second. What does that process look like, right? And that's what we're going to break into today. And, I just want to give a super special shout out to everybody that was with us yesterday on live trading. We absolutely killed it, and we got a blueprint scenario of our strategy. Q's SPY was exactly the same. We'll just dive right into Friday real quick. Do you want to start on Friday, Darren, or you want to start at the beginning?
We can do Friday.
Okay.
We can do Friday first.
Yeah, perfect.
Fresh in our minds.
I mean, dude, this right here. So I've recently come up with an exercise, right, for every trader to use, right? And it's basically a very simple 6-step process of putting on a trade in the first couple hours of the day. Now, this isn't limited to the first couple hours, but it does work phenomenal off open print, right? So what I do each and every single day, right? We'll just highlight SPY real quick. Actually, let's do Qs because I really want to highlight on Qs this 39429 level. So the way me and Darren did this on Friday was we identified a bullish and bearish scenario, right? So that's step number 1 in the process is identify. This is what it looked like pre-market. You can see we have this 39429 level, right? And this is what we call structure. Right? This is a break, a retest. Buyers took over. Now price is coming down, starting to retest this level. So there's only 2 things that can happen here. Price either goes up to 400, we'll call it, or price goes down to 39134. Right? Now, obviously, it doesn't have to happen. But based on statistical reliability, right? I got years of trading data posted in Discord alone, that the market imbalance happens around 87% chance of the time, right? So out of 100 trades, 87 of them are going to go up to the bullish market imbalance of structure or the bearish market imbalance on structure. So what I'm trying to do here is really simplify the way we approach the day, right? Because I found myself like at times in a state of paralysis where I wasn't even able to make a trade because of how much I complicated it. So what I've tried to do here is go, okay, price is either going to go up or price is going to go down. What do I need to see off open print to go long or go short, right? And then we dive into identifying large money controlling the level, right? So pre-market, we came into this level, buyers showed up. We were talking about this right live. We're like, listen, I like seeing this. This is bullish. We weren't automatically going long, right? We weren't just hopping and chasing right here. We were patient, right? We were patient because I need to see a retest at this level. I need to see structure, and I need to see a healthy relationship with the 9-day EMA. So bring it back to that bullish and bearish scenario we were talking about. If price looks like this, are you going to be, you got buyers defending PDL, buyers defending end of day, buyers defending OP with a retest, with a healthy relationship. Are you going to want to go short? Absolutely not. Because if you can visualize what that bullish imbalance will look like, this, my friend, is exactly what you want to see. So this is what we were able to see and call out. It was a phenomenal trade. It was just as good on SPY. I went long on SPY. Darren went long on Qs. Once again, doesn't matter the commodity. All what matters is the process. So.
Yeah, and I was looking at SPY the whole time. Like, I love that I could see you getting in the trade at the same time because, when you're looking at both, you're watching the story unfold on both.
Yeah.
It helps you stay in the moment, and it forces you to actually watch price and to tell you what's happening next as opposed to, what you want to happen next.
Right. Right.
But, I wanted to say something about the bullish and bearish scenario because it's always important, we always talk about having both scenarios at the beginning of every day. But here I was asking myself, what do I have to see in order for the bearish scenario to play out? And that's how I prevent myself from sitting around and, wondering if it's going to happen or am I in the wrong way? Come up with a specific level that says, I will be bearish if price cannot hold this specific level.
Right.
And until that happens, we could be bullish. In this scenario, our bullish scenario played out, but you always need to have a specific level.
Yes.
And if you're wrong, that's completely fine. At least you picked a specific level where you can change your mind. And that's why we talk about this structured and systematic or a measured approach.
Ooh.
Like if you don't come up with a specific level, wait and see if it played out. There's no way you can improve.
Right.
So that's one of the things we were watching yesterday, which helped us a lot.
You said that perfect. If you don't have a systematic approach, you can't improve, right? Like for so long, I strategy hopped, right? And it's due to impatience. Think most traders want to make money today. So for them to follow a systematic process that doesn't necessarily win every time, they're not going to collect the right data. They're not going to be able to, like you said, measure their consistency. Whether or not
a little choppy.
Am I getting a little choppy?
You're back.
Okay, perfect. So just like you said, you have to have a systematic approach that you can work on. And this is what we've really done, right? And in a nutshell, it's a way to understand who's in control of the market. Does it work every time? Absolutely not. Does it need to work every time? Absolutely not. The only thing that needs to work every time is our character, is our ability to follow a structured process and stick to it, right? Like, so, I mean, we've seen it a lot this week. It's been a challenge. The biggest thing I want to show, and you guys know I've been talking about it like crazy, is that 9-day EMA, right? The way that you need to get in your mind what a healthy relationship between price action looks like between the 9D EMA and what an unhealthy relationship looks like. See, this really helps me to make good trades, right? Much better trades. I want to trade when price is hugging that 9-day EMA, right? When we get extended from it, right? You can see I actually made this trade, and I went long off this open print retest, or end of day, previous day low retest. Now look where I went wrong here. Price was extended from the 9. So yes, I was getting a break and a retest off a critical level, but we were extended from the 9D EMA. Now, I don't know necessarily what that means. All what I know is that is unhealthy price action, right? So I was able to keep my stop in check here, but you have to ask yourself, if I'm looking to trade with market conditions, right, and I want to trade in an upward trend, where's the 9-day EMA, right? Notice up here in the beginning of the day, we're hugging it. Healthy relationship. Right here, we got space in between it. Unhealthy, right? So be aware of that. It's really going to help you stay on the right side of the market, right? I mean, even once conditions changed up here, this would have been a phenomenal short play. I was actually right. I was super close to taking it, but I had my eye on 3.9. What is that? Like 3.9, or I'm sorry, 4.6966. I was looking for a retest at that level. Didn't quite get it, so I didn't take it. And I guess that's exactly the approach it takes. This is my criteria. What do I need to see for my criteria to be met? If I miss a trade, so be it. Don't care. I would rather miss a trade than make money on a trade that I didn't follow my process any day of the week. So that was Friday. It was a really good trade. It was a good moment for all of us to get together. I'm really looking forward to doing more live tradings. It's just a great environment. And I absolutely love it. So we're gonna go back to Tuesday now and start to dive into some trades. Okay, so that right there's Friday. Okay, so Monday was a holiday. SPY, right? So to kick off the week, we were gapping down, right? So there's previous day low. End of day was way up high, right? So once again, bullish and bearish scenario. If we're opening way below previous day low, in a bullish scenario, I need to see strength off open print. I need to see healthy relationship with the 9-day EMA for a move targeting previous day low. My first trade I took was this break above open print, and we got some buyers coming in. Took the market long. I liked the relationship with the 9 here. I like that buyers showed up at pre-market low, and I really liked the setup, right? I take this all the time. It didn't work. I kept my stop right below that candle. Boom. Did I let that, pull me out of character? Absolutely not. Did I let that make me take a short play immediately? Absolutely not. I stayed completely objective, sat back, and notice here that healthy relationship with the 9. We come right back up into open print. Now, the structure off this previous candle is what really did it for me. We broke above it. Buyers were respecting the 9. We took the market long, right up into previous day low. And what I love about this is that this was the exact trade I was going for. Didn't work. Followed the same exact criteria, and it worked phenomenal. So I really, really like that trade there.
That break and retest off previous day low, though, was like incredibly textbook. I did not take that short, but
this one in the morning,
traded the morning session. No.
Yeah, right here. Right, yes, dude.
Well, that one, and just the fact that price, went all the way up, test the previous day low.
Yeah.
And then
yes.
Like, if you look at that on the 15,
yeah,
it's like the most symmetrical break and retest that
Yeah.
You don't often get them that perfect.
Check this out without pre-market data. So.
Oh yeah.
And I actually, so I traded SPX this day. Look at it on SPX. It was just like completely bulletproof. And what I like about this is this is what healthy bearish conditions look like on a larger time frame.
Exactly. Yep.
This is our goal every day, is to understand on a larger time frame who's in control, and that was it right there. What I really liked about this is price literally rips right up, rejects, comes down, test structure. Right now, I'm going to tell you why. So I was looking to get in short. Price came up, tested structure, but I couldn't get the retest I wanted with the proper stop I liked. So I sat back, patient. Price breaks below open print. Beautiful retest, healthy relationship. Right? See, this has been critical for me. Healthy relationship with the 9, took her short, comes up, tags OP, stop is in check, comes down, right? Take profits with the 9. See, and it's crazy because I'm really not a big indicator guy, but this is the thing. It's not what you're using, it's how you're using it. If you use a different moving average, it doesn't really matter. It's what works for you and how you're able to use it that's going to help you continue to see consistent results.
Yeah, like we've never said, there's a specific do this that you get in. Like people, you know, you can see the relationship with that DNA, and that's how you're able to
Yeah.
let it really be.
Yeah. Exactly. It really doesn't. It doesn't matter one bit. The next day was. I mean, this one really. Once again, that structure in the 9 helped me tremendously avoid taking a setup that wouldn't have worked well for me. Hold on, computer's kind of lagging a little bit right now.
In another solid break and retest on the larger time frame. I mean, it's just this week was just one larger time frame break and retest to the downside, one after the next.
Yeah, and it really helps me understand like the overall conditions of the market. Like if I can understand the story and have a general idea of what's going on via larger time frame. Now check this out. We're ripping. We open the day with some sellers. We rip right into open print. Now, notice how we're kind of closing above the 9 here. So I didn't take the trade. Once again, I didn't like the relationship right here. We're closing above it. I don't want to take it. It comes up, starts to sell off, buyers show up. This thing rallies, rips. Now I'm open for a long, right? Considering we can find some structure and we can even out, right? Anytime you get these large candles coming in, I'm not saying don't trade them, but most of my losing trades in the past is a result of me chasing a large candle. So the way I do it now is if we break above open print, which was previous day low, I think. Hold on. No. Yeah. So open print and previous day low were right next to each other here, which is always, it's super important to watch both there. So we rip above it, super extended from the 9. I'm looking for a retest. We don't get it. Then we start to snap. Boom. We break below. I wanted to take this short, right? I wanted to take this short, but once again, I got that little space there in between the 9 and price. So I just sat on my hands. Price sold off, right? About almost $1, which would have been a great move. Not saying don't take it. But then price rips up. We break structure. Still, there's still a little gap here. I'd take this long and get stomped out of my trade. Price comes down just like the day before. I take the same exact trade, and this thing rips right into previous day low. And once again, right? Like, did I follow my process on both trades? Yeah. I mean, technically, this was a little extended here, but I was willing to put on the risk. I had my stop and check, right? It's like,
once
again, approach. And I just love the fact.
You've been killing You've been killing these continuation plays in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Like off of these intraday levels like that.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I love it. I love it.
Well, you know what I've been trying to do is like obviously critical levels are canvases, right? They're like they're really great levels to play off of. But in the context of market auction and liquidity, playing into these levels are just as solid, right? Like being able to target open print, instead of trading off open print, there's nothing wrong with targeting it as well, right? Because the law of polarity states for as low as you go is how high as you can go. Right now, obviously, I'm not expecting a reversal every day, but if I can see the criteria that the force is changing, right, or conditions are shifting, I want to go for the long up into open print. And what I like about this is I'm kind of confronting my bias against reversals, right? Like you guys know my story. Reversals cost me a lot of money a while ago, so I've really stopped trading reversals. I'm really big, continuation trader, but I don't want to limit myself to anything. I want to be able to remain objective. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to trade reversals, what's the best way to do it? And yeah, thank you, Darren. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been trying to do lately. And we got that rip right in the high of day there. That was clutch.
Yep.
And then, that was it. And then some news came out. It was all over the place. And then next day. Okay, Thursday. So Thursday I was getting my teeth fixed, right? But I got to show some stuff here that really, I mean, this is clutch demand rejection, right? So once again, we're always pulling from previous day, right? Previous day low. Even previous day intraday levels are always they're gonna paint a picture for you, right? What do you need to see off these levels? What I've noticed here is price came right in the previous day low. Buyer showed up. There really wasn't a great open print retest. So I was looking at this. I really probably wouldn't have taken this trade. Once again, that's one of my goals for 2024 is not to feel rushed or needy. If price action's doing its thing and it's not giving me my criteria, I'm not taking the trade. It's literally as simple as that. And that's just something I'm trying to work on myself. And I love seeing other traders in the Discord do that as well. Like, if price action's not aligning within my criteria or my approach, I just don't take the setup. Once again, I would rather not make money but not chase. Price literally rallied literally right into previous day high. Now, I want everybody to really focus here on the fact that the imbalance is it's repeatable. I mean, it's law of polarity. What goes down goes right back up. What goes up goes right back down, right? And then obviously if we get lower lows, we're starting to make a new trend. And now when that trend forms and breaks, that's what's got to give you conviction. You know what I mean? That's what really helped us Friday understand what a bullish scenario looked like. You know what I mean? Learn to understand that range and use it to your benefit. Like if price is rallying and I want to take a long here off this pre-market level, you got to understand that it makes sense that we're going to go up to see 470.51 and maybe even 471.25. I remember for the longest time I used to shy away. I couldn't hold trades that well. I would constantly.
You're back.
Oh, was I off?
Yeah, your audio just cut for like 5 seconds.
Oh, okay. But, remember, Debo, like with holding trades, it was like, it was a struggle. And now really learning what the market imbalance is, how often it happens, you know what I mean? Like, it's just just using that for your benefit, you know what I mean? And just giving you that confidence to hold.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it much better when you zoom out on the 15 and 30-minute charts.
Yeah.
Like, that's why, that's why I love to
draw
zones on my charts and especially view them from those higher time frames.
Yeah. Yeah, it just helps you understand. Like, if this goes up today, where's it headed? I never forget when I first started logging my trades, right? I would go long, capture like a 50-cent move. And then at the end of the day, when I log my trade, I would literally be going like this. And some of you might be doing this right now, and it's fine, right? Just what I would do is I would look at the trade from, once the day was done, like this. And I'd be like, okay, went long here. Hold on. Went long here, just for example, and got out here, right? Like this. This used to be my, like, whatever. Like, just say I went long here, got out here. I would log the trade, and I would be like, dude, this thing rallied all day. And I would be like, okay, like, how often does this happen? And then I dove deep into average true range. What's the average range of a commodity every day, right? SPY's around like $7-8. So it's like, okay, if I'm going here for 10-15 cents, like how can I, how can I change my perception to truthfully believe that price is going to rally $2 today or one? How can I, what sort of approach can I develop to target the imbalances, right? Like comfortably. So, and that's another reason why logging trades has been so important for me. But
Another thing it will teach you is that you don't have to capture the entire move.
Right.
Like the more you just capture, obviously low risk setups, like this one right in the middle here. I think that was Wednesday. Like that one right there. You didn't need to capture the entire move. Of course, you could have caught it at the very bottom.
Yeah.
But as you learn to capture these smaller little chunks,
yeah,
you're not gonna feel like you've missed the move when you see 3 huge green candles. You're going to be like, okay, what do I need? I need a good target. I need a good target or a zone that's going to act as a price magnet. And then I need structure around a critical level.
Yeah.
Bam, that's exactly what you got. That is a high reward, low risk setup. It's all about you.
Yeah.
Higher there.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Exactly. Like super high probability. And, and most importantly, I could repeat it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like that's repeatable tomorrow. I like this 470.51 level, how we ripped right past it, found, acceptance, lost acceptance, HBT pattern with the 9, breaks structure, comes right into this intraday level, right? And it was just really cool. Actually, this was a trade I took as well. That was kind of different. But what I like about this was the intraday time frame. Going back to what Darren was talking about, playing into open print, right? These once again, I missed this move. Showed up to the market late. We're selling off. Where can I get in? I was looking for a retest off this level. Didn't get it. Price rallies back into this level and then starts to sell off. Put on a trade once we closed below the 9. While price was respecting this level, caught a really nice move to open print. What I really want to point out here is when you increase your criteria, you avoid shitty like I used to get caught in trades like, let's just say I went short here. Like, yeah, this sold off. But then it sucked up. Like when you increase your criteria, I actually went short on Qs at this point of the day. But you start to avoid just worse setups, right? Like more like obviously when you increase your criteria, you're going to take less trades. You're going to miss trades, but you're also going to miss losing trades. And once you guys start to reach that level of consistency, you're going to realize every loser you take bites away from your profit. So it comes a point where sometimes trading less is actually worth more. So, food for thought. That's one thing. That's one behavior I wanted to implement going into 2024 was learning to take less trades, but with better criteria. And this first week shows it, man. That was my goal. I used to take sometimes 3-4 trades a day, and That's one thing I'm really trying to shy away from.
That comes from greed. That comes straight from greed. You make money, you
Yeah.
beat the market,
Yep.
and then you want to go back to the market. You want to trade again. It's like, no, you've already beat the market. There's absolutely no need to go back.
No, there's not. Hold on.
Straight gambling mentality.
Exactly, because and I mean that's what we're always.
Somebody mute.
Yeah, I muted him.
Okay.
Yeah, I muted him. So, yeah, bro. Yeah, you're 100% right. And it's like, and that's like a big thing. Like that state of awareness of being able to not put on a trade today is massive. I can't stress it enough. I try to paper trade at least once a quarter for a week. Take a week off. Paper trade. Your level of awareness goes through the roof. Like when you step back from the market, I always challenge everybody, right? It's very similar to fasting. It's a sort of sacrifice, right? As traders, we start to develop like this conditioning of thrill, right? We need to put on a trade. We want to put on a trade. It's 11 o'clock. I haven't put on a trade yet. What's wrong, right? Like we need to get away from that. Going back to there's two hunters in the woods. One has a fridge full of food. The other has a fridge with no food. The hunter that has a fridge full of food is going to perform better. He's less emotionally attached, right? He doesn't need the kill. The hunter that has no food needs the kill. He's going to shoot at the first thing he sees. So, in the beginning, especially with low account size, right, we tend to feel like we need to make money today. Like if we don't, we're one step later or one day behind of reaching our dream. In reality, the sooner you can detach yourself from that outcome, the sooner you will grow that relationship with the market that's based completely on being creative. Instead of needing the win, create the win. And if you don't have the right tools to create it, you don't trade. And then what that's doing is sacrificing that thrill feeling that we all get addicted to, and is building a new relationship with the market, right? Like I can't stress it enough. When I take time off the market, right, and I still look, I'm not talking about not looking at the charts for a week. I'm talking about not making money for the week. No emotional outcome. You still need to trade. You still need to show up. That's the sacrifice. Is you still show up, but you do not trade, right? And it's really cool, right? Like, I mean, we've talked about how that objectivity is actually extremely valuable. You trading without that emotional attachment. I mean, at the end of the day, for us to reach that $100,000, $200,000, $1 million a year mentality, that's what it takes. I mean, we need to introduce ourselves to what that even looks like. So, like, I just really recommend that. It's really like it's vital.
I remember you used to talk about it the whole time when you were first, when we were first like exploring the new strategy and how paper trading was helping us.
Yeah.
And I tried it, and it really did exactly that. It basically proved to me, was I actually trading for fun, or was I trading to stick to the strategy?
Yeah.
And a couple of days, we realized, why did we take that trade? It made absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
And then we were thinking about it, and we were like, we wanted it to be fun. Like the process got boring.
Yes.
And we wanted some fun in our trading.
Yeah.
And we were like, hold up. If we're trading for fun, that's like, like our process got so boring because we took all the emotion out of it.
Yep.
That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like we achieved what we were supposed to do. We extracted emotion out of it. You can't be looking for fun trades. It doesn't work like that.
No, well, you're 100% right. Like, and that's where that conditioning comes in, and that's where it becomes so evident that that's the case. It's like I've literally become addicted to outcome I don't even like, right? Which is inconsistency. We become addicted to losing. It's crazy, and I really didn't notice it until I got into coaching, but like when I used to trade, so Fridays used to be a struggle. I think every trader goes through that Friday problem where, they do good all week and then Friday comes and they just trash their account. I never forget I did this. It was a Friday. I went long on Tesla and short on SPY, right? This day cost me over 2 grand. I literally went into a cognitive just confusion of I couldn't even draw You're losing me?
No, I remember that you were.
Yo, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bro. It literally cost me 2 grand. And this is the thing. That whole month, I did amazing. I did wicked good, made tons of money. I was really diving into the process. And then I literally choose to go long on SPY and short on Tesla. Or maybe it was the other way around. I still really don't even remember. I couldn't even draw a trend line. Like I was struggling, right clicking and going like this. I couldn't function. I was literally in a state of like panic, just complete, and just watching my account value diminish by the second. Couldn't move. And that's where I came up with this rule where I now take money out of my trading account every Thursday when the market closes. I pull money out. And what I do with that money is blow it. I literally blow it on my daughter, blow it on my girl, or blow it on me. Right? It's vital that you blow the money, not spend it on bills. You need to blow the money because what it does is teaches you that the money doesn't matter. Right? It's like I don't care about the money. I'm not here for the money. Right? Because we put so much emphasis on making money that when Friday comes, we're literally petrified to make a losing trade and we literally manifest it. It's crazy. So
you know, can make more. Stay really, really, you
shit. Hold on, guys. All right, my Wi-Fi is back. Man, this is bad today. I apologize about this, guys. Can you hear me well? It's done.
I can still hear you. Yeah.
Oh, really? You can hear me? Perfect. No doubt. It just came back. Yeah, no, that's
you're back. You're back.
That's literally like it's crazy. So now though, taking that money out really just like even if it's not a lot of money, even if I didn't make money that week, I still take some money out of my account. And it just helps me understand that listen, I need to be making money, but I've already done it. So no matter what happens today, I'm already up, right? And I don't care if it's $20. You guys, we have to get in the habit of paying ourselves. Otherwise, we're not going to trade properly, right? We're going to self-sabotage, right? And obviously there's a lot more that goes into that, but that was just one exercise that really has helped me get rid of that Friday fear. So now when I go into Friday, I've already paid myself. It takes 1 day for the funds to show up. So if I pull money out Thursday, it will pop into my bank Friday morning. TD Ameritrade's no joke, bro. They literally pay you the next day. So it's like I wake up, money in my bank, completely accepting the fact that I make money. I'm a profitable trader. I'm good at what I do, programming my mind that way. So when I go into Friday, I'm able to remain objective. See, this is a mental game, guys. This is literally a mental game. Like everyone thinks it's a knowledge game, but in reality, it's an awareness game. It's your ability to be aware of your shortcomings and address them, right? Like it's been paramount for me is figuring out where it is I continuously self-sabotage and diving into why. It's not an easy topic. But that's why you guys see me going so hard on self-mastery and mastering yourself. Because the more you can master yourself outside of the market, the more you're going to be able to master yourself inside of the market. right? And that's like, I'm not telling everybody that they need to go do, burpees at 4 a.m., but that probably would be a great start for you learning to master how you feel, right? Like nobody wants to do that at 4 in the morning, but doing that is literally programming your mind to show up and make the hard decision every day. What is trading? Showing up, making the hard decision every single day, right? And you don't need to start that high, right? Start small, right? Start reading. Obviously, any sort of working out is paramount because it increases your blood oxidation levels. See, when we get up in the morning, our blood oxidation levels are extremely low, which is why we usually feel like shit, or we think negativity, like negative thoughts, right? You're really not supposed to be positive until you get that blood oxidation or that oxygen in your blood. So really cool topic, but that's why I'm really, I go so hard on this, guys, because it's like I can't be that naive to think I'm just going to show up, open up my computer, and have no discipline outside of the market and expect for one moment to follow a structured, disciplined approach inside of the market. So, but yeah, that's my little rant. But back in Friday, it was just a beautiful trade. I love our state of conviction at this level, Debo. It was great, man. It was a phenomenal setup. Um, I took 2 losing trades after that, and then I shut my computer down and was done. Like I told you, I took that trade right there off open print, journaled, once again. I did not follow my process here. I broke character right there, right? One of my rules is to not take a trade when price is extended. I literally broke a rule. That needs to be addressed, right? We can't just go, oh, I had a great trade this morning, so I'm just going to let this slide. No, I addressed this. I identified it, right? This is unacceptable. So what do? I log it. I dive into it. I pay for it, whether it's, in the gym, whether it's not, maybe I won't trade on Monday for the first hour. I don't know, but for some way I will pay for this mistake. And the next trade came below previous day low. I kind of rushed it. You could see on the 5 minute, we did not get a really proper retest. I thought because OP didn't hold that sellers were going to hold this. So I took her short off previous day low. Once again, did not really. Oh, no, I took it off end of day. End of day was right there. So price came right up into end of day, started to sell off. I would take this trade again. Not a bad trade. Followed process. Healthy relationship with the 9. So yeah. And that's our goal. Me and Darren were talking before going live, and we were like, "What's our goal today?" And Darren's literally like, "To not break character." You know what I mean? Like it's literally what he's like.
I really like you said earlier in the meeting. He said there's only one thing that needs to work every single day. That's your character.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. The market doesn't need.
So true.
Yeah, it's like, listen, I can't control all of this. All I can control is my approach and my ability to follow it. So, yeah, it was a short week, guys. We're gonna open the floor right now. If anybody wants to talk about any trade they took, if they want to dive into anything, right now is definitely the moment. No judge free. But remember, like until we can learn to address our failures, we're going to keep making them. Right? Like, this was a perfect example for me. Just a horrible trade. Did not follow my process whatsoever. Kept the loss small, and so on and so forth. So.
This is after our initial long, and then we rejected this 399 area, which was Thursday's supply as well.
Yeah.
So after we rejected that, that's bearish conditions on a larger time frame. But then if you go to the 15-minute chart on Qs, right at 11:45 candle was that green bar ignored.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
There's some trapped buyers there. We came back and retested it and got another great sell-off.
Ooh.
down to 395. Are you seeing that?
Yes,
yeah, right there.
absolutely. Yeah. Beautiful.
And I actually wasn't right next to my chart, but when I came back and looked at that, that's just something that I'm in a way doing like a little bit of a mental study on.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a new entry criteria for me, so I'm not like if I do use it on a trade, I'm not basing my entire trade off of it, but basically I'll go back in my journal and I'll look at that, and that little GBI there got retested and then we sold off again, which I mean that's solidifying bearish conditions right there.
Oh.
So it's all these little things that we can look at and pick up on as price is just oscillating around, and we can use them to paint the picture. So I thought that was helpful.
Yeah,
that was helpful to me.
I really like how you're identifying that green bar ignored, not hopping on it, but waiting for it to be retested and watching to see how price reacts to it. Right? Like that's the essence of the auction. You get buyers here. They're in losing trades. Think of every time we've been in a losing trade, right? How thankful would you be to get back out of your losing trade? I'm pretty sure volatility and liquidity play a massive role here as well. Because the way I like to look at it is this is somebody with a lot of money that bought a lot of shares at one price, right? Or around that price. He can't just unleash here without affecting the market. So he's almost has to wait for price to come back, right? And then when it does come back, because for whatever reason, look, it's at a whole number too, 398. He wants to sell at that same price. Maybe this area just has like tons of liquidity. So when it does retest, he starts to, look, he's getting a little impatient. Get rid of some, get rid of some, get rid of some, or however it is. But no, that's a very good observation right there. Well
and
put.
The other thing I'm noticing that you kind of mentioned is that I did not feel rushed just to jump in right after that GBI, and I was thinking to myself, why? Because I had just come off a winning trade.
Yeah.
I just come off a winning trade. I did not need. I had already beaten the market for the day. I didn't. I was waiting for the market to show me, show me structure, and I think that's important to mention because sometimes we only get into this mindset after a winning trade, and we really need to be in that mindset the whole time.
Yeah.
Even if we come off a losing trade, we need to still have that mentality.
Right.
And that's just, I was already in an abundance mindset, basically making the market prove to me what was happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, going back to that deer or that hunter, the more we need this to win, it's crazy. I've traded broke. I've traded ahead, right? It's like until I can completely not care about the outcome, right? And literally be like, listen, I trust the process entirely. It is what it is. Until I could reach that state, I don't perform well. If I could reach that state, be like, listen, and that's where the 9 has really helped me. I think the reason why I'm doing, really well with the 9 DMA is that it really makes me patient because I could only use it on the 5-minute time frame, right? Like this has literally turned the 2-minute into, something I rarely use, which has been beneficial for me. I feel the 2-minute is great for like, if you want to really pin your entry in, which not always is good. I mean, if something's causing you to become over analytical, it's probably not good. I'm not saying the 2 minutes bad. I'm just saying the 5-minute time frame has been working very well for me. It's been making me be patient, right? Like I'm not just going to hop in a trade because it looks good on a 2-minute chart. If I'm a type of trader that looks to capture a whole trend, you know what I mean? I mean, you gotta kind of understand what works for you, and then use that. And then once again, being patient, letting that happen, letting it actually play out, is just extremely beneficial. I mean, this is beautiful right here off pre-market high. I mean, just look at the imbalance here. It's just nuts. It's like understanding it's going to happen, but I just don't know how it's going to happen. This was end of day right here too. This was a trade we took off Q's. But all right, guys.
So crazy how I felt like I haven't even needed to open the 2-minute chart this week.
Yeah. When's the last time you used it?
There's a couple times when I used it this week just to, check to maybe like get a sniper entry or something like that. But the majority of the time, I'm just using the 5. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I really think that the slower formation of the 5-minute candles helps me to slow down my thought process, not jump to conclusions, and I just make less emotional decisions. It's honestly great.
Yeah, it literally it makes you more objective. It makes you more. It just makes you more patient. And then once, like I never forget you said this to me, Darren. You're like, would you have taken that trade if you were looking at the 5-minute, and it was a losing trade, and it was like way off, and I'm like, absolutely not. And ever since you said that to me, the 2 minutes just kind of been on the back burner. And am I taking my trades? Yeah. I mean, look, I've literally, I've taken like throughout the whole week, I think 6 trades. I mean, it's like, once again, you don't need to be taking massive amounts of setups. There's not that many good setups every day. You know what I mean? Once again, I'm not knocking anybody that takes more than that, but if you are taking more than, I don't know, 3 setups every day, you got to look into your approach. And once again, defense can be the best offense in this game. You know what I mean? You increase your criteria, you're going to take way better setups. So, but yeah, I want everybody to go into next week. This was the first start of 2024. I mean, I think we started off great. I mean, live trading was phenomenal.
It's a great week.
Yeah,
it's a great week.
It was. I mean, we're demonstrating the behaviors that we literally were talking about before the year opened. I want everybody on this team to really start to level up personally and really build that value, because if it's your goal to be a part of this team and actually do well, I want everybody to start working on themselves, starting to level up more, starting to build that mentality, because my main goal going into 2024 is that everyone on this team to not only be consistent, right, but to be able to do it with their eyes shut, right? I want everybody to self-transcend, right? I want everybody to reach a very high level, because the better I do, the better we do, the better we all do. So, I'm not telling everybody to completely change their life. I'm just saying I really want everybody to keep pushing on themselves. And because if it is your goal to become a really good day trader, it's paramount that you do so. So if you have any questions, you guys see I'm starting this new Discord, and I encourage everybody to join. And it's not really up and running yet, but it's going to be a place where people could really get their heads right. It's going to be some fitness stuff in there. It's going to be really geared towards personal development and self mastery. So I really want everybody gets free access. That's part of HBT, so don't worry about any sort of form of payment. And I appreciate anybody's feedback as well, because at the end of the day, that's what me and Darren are here for, is to be there for everybody and help everybody get to where they need to get. So I'm going to finish it off on that. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I will see everybody Monday. We're going to have a full trading week again. Let's bring the heat. Let's bring the right behaviors. And I'll upload this on YouTube for you guys. All right. So everyone have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend, you guys.